Welcome back, everybody, or welcome if you are new. Today, another NASCAR Thunder 2003 career mode episode. We got 2 races left until our research and development is finished for our engine power number 2, which that is a huge upgrade. Then we're gonna have to build that engine, but we also need to get more research and development going after that. So I'm gonna have to see how much that's gonna cost for whatever we end up doing. Not sure what we're gonna be able to do fully, but it's gonna be interesting. We had a great race at Bristol. We ended up finishing like 23rd, I think it was. I can't even see the results. We ended up finishing 23rd at Bristol. Got really lucky with the last second caution right before we were about to pit, and we were the last car on the lead lap. Well, we pitted and then we went to the last car on the lead lap, and then we finished the first car 2 laps down, and it was perfect. So it went very well. We're sitting 37th in points. Shane Hall did pass us. I think he had a really good Bristol or Michigan, one of those two. But this episode, we're going to have Darlington and Richmond back to back. So it should be very interesting. We have a new engine and chassis we'll be using on the car today. 100%. And the chassis is really good. So I think it's the first one with our good tire grip and stuff, like 75 and all that. So I'm super excited to use this, and hopefully we can have a pretty good race here. And hopefully we can try to finish like top 40-ish or something like that. At least show that we have a little bit of speed. All right, I ran about a second off the pole time. I ran like a 29.3 when the pole time's a 28.3, which is not too bad for this track. This track's pretty fast, so it's a tough one. Very technical track because both corners are very different from each other. Just really need to not mess up and hit the wall a whole bunch here, because it's very easy to do. Very easy to get your Darlington stripes here. So our goal is to try not to do it very much. I already did it a few times in practice, so I got that out of the way, hopefully. Probably not. We're definitely going to hit it in the race. Try not to do it in qualifying here. Still got one more, and I can run like 3/10 quicker potentially, as long as I can get this lap pretty smooth like we did the first one. We just have more speed starting this lap. So I'm hoping that we can have a good 3 and 4 here. 3 and 4 is definitely the tougher of the two. Try and roll it a little bit better there. Able to stay low rather than pushing up high. That felt really, really good. So I just waited on the throttle. That was a 29.2, just about a 29.3, but that was better than what we had in practice. That's 24th. I'll take that.
MRN Radio is here at the great Southern tradition, the annual Mountain Dew Southern 500, here at Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina. Well, I've heard it all week, the track too tough to tame. What's that all about, Barney?
Well, this is an egg-shaped track with different links and different bankings in the east and west turns. That makes it very tough for the drivers. But the question is, why is it egg-shaped? Well, when it was built, the landowner decided he didn't want his minnow farm disturbed, so they simply pinched in the corners of what is now turns 3 and 4 to give it the distinctive egg shape that it's now famous for.
Jeremy Mayfield had a great run in qualifying this week.
I could tell by the look on his face this morning how happy he was. I didn't even have to ask. Great to see him starting up front for a change.
The Sears Craftsman car really needs a good finish in this race. He's got a long way to go on the points list.
Well, there's always going to be someone who has to fill in the bottom of the points list. Of course, none of these guys want to ever see their name there. Sometimes it's just not your season to shine.
Jeff Gordon must have had problems in qualifying this week.
You're right, it's going to be tough for him. You get so used to starting up front, and then you have an off week and you have to start towards the back. Then when race day comes, you feel like you passed 1,000 cars at the end. And worse yet, sometimes you never make it to the front.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Oh man, look at the cars we have starting around us. We have Junior on our inside, who's second in points. Jarrett behind him, who's third in points. Oh my goodness, they're braking. I just am not lifting. And then Gordon straight behind us, who's the points leader. Like, the top 3 in points were starting 23rd, 25th, 26th, all around me. That was crazy. Don't know what happened there on the start either, but I just had to send it and take what I could there. Oh, don't hook me. I almost hooked myself into the wall with him. Try and get this thing load up for turn 3. Okay, we slowed them up a good bit with Johnson. Not a ton, but a decent little bit. They're going to be flying right back to me here on the straightaway. But maybe we can get a little lucky, hold some people off, because it's a very skinny racing groove. I know I'll end up getting past a whole bunch. I'm hoping that we just don't end up too far back too early. Please don't get on my inside coming off turn 2, because that's very scary. It's a very skinny exit off turn 2. Try to back it off, roll 3 and 4 like we did in qualifying. I tapped the gas and it went right up to the wall. We're hitting everybody. Oh boy, yep, we have damage on the car for sure from that. Yeah, only on the back end actually. I thought the sides were gonna have damage from either hitting Gordon or the wall. Kind of got a little lucky there, honestly. But still, we're messing up all 3 of those guys behind us still, like equally, so that's at least fair. But Jeff Purvis is trying to fly up to me. Like, Jeff Purvis, why are you so fast? He qualified pole at Bristol last week and literally blew up on lap like 4. I feel like that was such a bummer for him. And then there go all 3 of them. So now they're all biased, and I don't care about screwing up anybody else anymore, because they're the only 3 really battling for the championship right now. And they're all on top of each other, which is wild. That could be the race for the lead, honestly, by the end of this race, but who knows. Just trying to see who he can hold off. That's a cool Kevin Harvick scheme. I think that's like the Looney Tunes or almost something like that. Try and roll 3 and 4 like we did qualifying. That seems to work the best for me here, because that's actually super smooth when I do it right. The hard part is actually holding it down there and just waiting on the throttle. That is definitely the hardest part of it. 1 and 2, I try to get on throttle early like I am. It pushes me up, but then they get under me, and it's a super tight exit off of turn 2. So I have to lift a little bit since we're on the outside. Benson, please do not send it under me in 3. He does. We're fine. Trying to roll the bottom. Did it pretty decent. We're back in 30th already. Kind of falling back just like I would have expected, like any other track. Going into turn 1 side by side is wild as well. I can kind of push him under the dotted white line at least. He got by us. I'm able to pull right back down for the exit, which is perfect. Nice clean turn 1 and 2. Wardburton, please don't send it on my inside. Pause. Try and roll the bottom again. Able to get under that dotted white line, and it slows us down a little bit, but it honestly works for the corner pretty decently. That was a 29.6. That's not too terrible for us. I will take that. Oh, I got on gas a little hard there on the entry of 1. See, like, we're bleeding off a spot at a time in turn 1, it seems like. That is definitely where they are killing me. They're killing me all around this track. But I'm like bleeding a spot at a time in turn 1 mainly, which is all right. As long as like I'm not side by side off of turn 2, I'm a little bit better. I'm a little better off at that point. Trying to block off Terry here a little bit. He's gonna send it under us, as he know. He's good. Okay. Now he can get by us, and I can pull back down. Maybe. I really did not want to pull back down for a second. Trying to hold off Elliott Souther behind us a little. Oh, I went too deep into that corner. Just roll it, wait for the throttle. What's the all-pro car behind me? Oh, that's a fantasy car for sure. 121 I can see on the little dot down there. Yeah, we're slowly draining these spots. We are definitely the slowest car out here, I would imagine. We usually are. What happens if I hold the bottom down here? They just get by me on the outside anyways then. So yeah, I'm definitely just the slowest one out here. We need people to really struggle or have some sort of mishap, or just to blow their engine and stuff for us to get by them. Yeah, I had to slow up way too much there in 3 and 4 because Jamie McMurray got under us. I like washed up a little too high. We're gonna have to pit around like lap, what is that, 18-ish? 18 is like halfway. Are we halfway? We're not even halfway on our fuel yet, honestly. So we should be good to pit at 18 or so. We'll have to see when everybody else starts to pit as well. Back in 38th now. Slowly bleeding these spots over and over. But everybody's like so bunched up behind me too. Like that's how I know I'm the slowest. Like nobody is off the pack behind us whatsoever. I'm actually keeping up with Tabo Dine a little bit through 1 and 2. That's pretty cool. Just hit halfway on the gas tank too. There's a big pile of cars right ahead of us too, so like they're not too far up. Kind of hoping like the tire wear on this car is decent, and maybe I can actually make some passes back late in this run. Because Tabo Dine's falling off really bad. Like he got by us, and I've stayed right with them. maybe hooking this bottom's actually better for us. I don't know. Oh god, I'm pushing up on Steve. Sorry, Steve. Kyle got into me too because I messed up. I have damage on both the sides of my car right now, left and right, which makes a lot of sense because we have been ping-ponging off of everybody so far. Able to have a good 3 and 4 there. I'm shocked nobody's blown an engine yet either. Like, the front half of the field is so spread out. Like, look at the track map. That is crazy looking. I don't know what's going on with that. But our tire wear and stuff is actually really good. It is not that worn out. Our tires are yellow, yes, but it feels pretty decent still. Like, we still have decent speed, it seems like. Oh, I like straightened out just a little bit too much in the middle of 3 and 4 there. Messed us up, but we're fine. Didn't hit the gas, I just let off the turning slightly. Trying to see if I could hold that bottom a little bit better. We got too high there in turn 1. 113 is gonna get by us. Bobby Hamilton's trying to get to my inside, not able to make it work. I'm just waiting to see somebody blow their engine now. But it's been a long time in this race. Usually it happens in the first like 10 laps or so for the most part. And if it doesn't, it may not happen at all, or it's gonna happen like super, super late in the race. Like last 5 laps or so. Because it does every now and then there. I don't even know what I want to do this car to try and improve it for the next run, because we honestly were pretty decent in this run overall. Skidding off of Bobby Hamilton a little bit. We still got Steve Park right behind us, which is honestly pretty shocking. He's always pretty quick. He's usually like a top 20, top 15 car. The leaders are pitting, so yeah, they are starting their cycle now. Leader just came in, like the overall leader. Somebody stayed out up in that front pack, so there's a new leader now getting 5 bonus points leading a lap. I love that these old school points, you get bonus points for leading a lap and all that. That's so good. Like, that's how it should be. Even nowadays, you should get bonus points for leading a lap. Make it interesting. Like, the strategy and stuff makes it very interesting. Somebody will stay out a lap or so longer, try to lead some laps and everything. It makes it very cool. Like, just the strategy of everything to try to get some points. We're still on the lead lap. If the caution could come out like it did at Bristol for us, that would be beautiful. It'd be really lucky. Oh, dang it, Park sitting me up into the wall. I was trying to not get down into him or anything. Who is that? Shane Hall right behind us. We've actually been quicker than him, which is nice in this race. Or we've been in front of him, I should say, not necessarily quicker. It looks like, oh no, Jimmy Johnson's behind us. I think he already pitted though. So he is somebody on fresh tires. I think I'm gonna come pit this time by, oh, I just sent it into turn 1. Steve Park didn't get by us. I think we're gonna pit this time by though. But they pit, oh, somebody blew their engine. Look, right up there in turn 3, somebody blew the engine, huge. Not gonna bring out a caution or anything, but these guys pit like crazy fast. I'm gonna try and do it like, look how fast Shane Hall goes into the pits. Like, how I cannot compete with that at all. Don't need any damage fix. We'll just get new tires, run like we did. Ricky Craven decided not to pit there when he easily could have, so he's the one that blew his engine. We're gonna get in front of him, which is great, but hopefully we can have a nice decent stop. They messed up at Bristol, but we were pitting under caution, so it didn't matter. So hopefully they got that out of the way and they don't mess up here. Solid pit stop, 16.7, and we come out in front of Shane Hall. Our pit crew is better than theirs. Let's go, pit crew. That was awesome. I want to get up on the racing group. I want to actually stay in front of Shane here and like block him off so he doesn't get by me on the exit. Dang it, he does get by us on the exit. That's what I was hoping to avoid. And there's Ricky Craven that we're going to get by, 4th position right there. I will take that, but that puts us dead last running order like we normally are. I'm going to try and keep up with Shane Hall here and hope that we can try and get back up and back by him maybe, because I think everybody else pretty much is pitted at this point and we're not really competing with anybody else. I don't know when Steve Park's going to pit. He might have already gotten back out. I'm not sure, but now Ryan Newman's going to be in between Shane Hall and myself, but Shane Hall is pulling off from us. He is absolutely flying right now. So I'm going to try and put in some heaters here if we can, and just try to keep the car as clean as we can for the rest of this race. Oh, it looks like somebody else blew their motor with like 4 laps to go here. I'm not sure who that is up there. I know Junior, who is that? That's Todd Bodine down there. Ha, suck it, Todd. I have a rivalry with him after Pocono, what happened to us when he dive bombed us and like sent us up in the wall there. But Junior, Gordon, and Dale Jarrett all passed us at like the same exact time. Not that far ahead of us, honestly, but that gets us up to 41st at least. We're not going to be dead last, but we only got a couple laps left here. Leader is not too far behind us, but we're still going to finish 1 lap down. But hey, I'm happy somebody else blew their motor. That's actually pretty lucky for us, so we end up finishing 41st instead of 42nd. A little bit better, but it still sucked this being this slow in this race. I think Shane Hall and Steve Park are... Is that them like right up there at the front of that little pack? I think Shane Hall might be in that little pack up there. Steve Park might have pulled off from him overall, but we're just sitting here riding out, trying to do the best we can. Gonna finish 41st unless somebody else blows their motor like this lap or next lap, but the leader should be coming up to the white flag this time by. Is he? Yes, he is. So we got 1 more lap after this. Not a very good one for us, but it is what it is. We'll finish out this race, use the same car most likely for Richmond. I'm interested to see how damaged the tire grip and tire wear gets just from all the damage all over the car. Literally, like both sides, both quarter panels, and the rear all around was yellow. So got pretty damaged in this race when we were getting passed by everybody, and that was a little rough, but not sure who won this race. It definitely wasn't Junior, Gordon, or Jarrett. They started way too deep in the field to work their way that far up at that point, which is unfortunate for them, but it is what it is. It happens. But we'll see in a second who ends up winning this race, because I'm actually interested. I don't know who started up front. I think Sterling Marlin was up front. He started up there, but I'm not sure if he ended up finishing first. Who was it? It was Mark Martin getting the win. He's top 5 in the points, so that's going to help him out a little bit. Still get a decent bit of money with our sponsorships and everything. We do have to get a new sponsorship at the end of this episode. Our main one, Craftsman's going to be departing after its 9 race period, and then the next race after that, 1 race in the next episode, we're gonna have to do the rest of them. So luckily 2 guys blew their motors, Ricky Craven and Todd Bodine, so we gained some spots out of that. Where did Gordon Jr. and Jarrett finish? They were like back to back to back, I believe. Oh, Jarrett actually ended up passing Gordon, and Jr. actually got another spot ahead of them. So yeah, they started 23rd, 25th, 26th. None of them led any laps, and they're all super tight there, so not much change in the points. But I need to go see how many points Gordon is up by, because he won Bristol, and I forgot to look. And we're up to $728,000, which is great. The sponsorship, this is what I was talking about. We have to re-sign Craftsman after this. These 2 will be after 1 race in the next episode, and these are on here for a little while more. Did we just get an engine repaired? We did, so that's good. What is that at? It's only, oh wait, it's at 64. So yeah, it was one of our lower engines, not too powerful at all. Honestly, might use that one for Richmond here this week, so we don't have to hurt our one we're using currently more, because it's only at 65. It's not super high, but I'm not going to build a new one until after this race at Richmond. I do want to get another one repaired, but at the same time I want to save the money, because how much would it be to repair this one? It would only get up to 64. It's only 31,000. It's not crazy. This one's at 63. That one takes 6 races because it's one of our better engines. I think I'm just going to do this one for 31,000, repair it for 3 races just to get it rolling a little bit so we can keep like decent engines in-house. Just under 700K now. Shane Hall pulled away from us a little bit more on the points, finishing 1 spot ahead of us. And up front, Gordon has a 166-point lead over Junior, 186 over Jarrett. Martin pulls up in the 4th, passing Ricky Rudd, who falls back to 5th there. Tony Stewart's really far out of it, but Gordon's going to have to really mess up these last 10-plus races, 11 races now, I think, and to really lose this championship. So he almost has it locked, not fully, but we're going to get on the Richmond here and see what we can do. So fun fact, I ran a 10th off of the pole time in practice doing 1 lap. So we'll see what we can do here. Hopefully we can kind of replicate that. I ran a 21.590, and I think Gordon's at a 21.450 or something like that. I was blown away just seeing that. Hopefully we can try and keep that up for the race too. That would be awesome. Just have to get a good exit here and have a good second lap. That's a 21.6. That's 13th. Holy crap, times are tight here. Was not expecting times to be that tight at a short track. I was about to say short course, but it's not that. Messed up off of turn 2 very bad. That was really bad off turn 2. But I feel like we've been decent here once in the past, and like we just have to get like a nice clean race. That was a terrible lap too, but hey, we're starting 13th. I will take that. I'm super shocked.
MRN comes to Richmond, Virginia for tonight's race, the Chevy Monte Carlo 400. Barney, the fans are eager for the race to begin. Tell us about Richmond.
Richmond is a great racetrack. It's always fun to come here. We should see some close racing, so anything can happen here.
The 56 car is finalizing negotiations with sponsors about a contract extension.
Sponsorship is a sticky subject in this NASCAR Winston Cup Series. You can please your sponsors all year long, but you still get a little nervous going into negotiating time.
Ken Schrader won Rookie of the Year honors in 1985.
You know, it seems like Schrader's been competing in Winston Cup for so long that it's hard to believe he was ever a rookie. He's a class act, and it shows on the racetrack and in the garage area.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
All right, let's get going. I love the way that moon looks in the background. That was awesome. But we are starting 13th. We're starting very, very well, which is shocking to me. But I will try and take advantage of this. Casey Kane's up here as well. Jeff Purvis's 2 cars in front of us. Trying to see what we can do. I'm already getting wide into Jerry Nadeau. My bad, Nadeau. Kyle Petty's getting by us. Kurt Busch. I swear I remember like me, Kurt Busch, and Junior having like a weird, interesting battle here before, like in my first season or something. So I don't 100% remember it, but I swear I remember like us 3 battling for something. I might have been like just trying to stay on the lead lap or something at that point, or like we were actually quick. I don't know, but showing how like our qualifying is right here and stuff, we might just be a little quick at Richmond. I don't know. I don't fully remember being fast at Richmond, but hey, I'll take it. If we could try to hold like a top 20 here for a little while, that'd be awesome. Like before we pit, if I could hold like a top 25, I'd be super happy with that. I feel like that's a win for us in the books. And hopefully we can try and make this thing a little bit better when we go and pit. But I feel like this car's a little tight right now, because I know I had to change my setup from last time I was using it from like a 1.5 on the wedge, so I went to negative 0.5, trying to help that out, and I feel like it may have gone back, because it seems like it does that sometimes for the race. I checked it before I hit restart race, and it still said negative 0.5, so don't know what was going on there. We're actually like not super slow right now. I just ran a 21.443. I ran a 21.394. That would have had us pole. Like we could have led a lap or something. That would have been crazy. And now Kurt Busch got under us, the fantasy driver got under us, and now we're just starting to slowly get trained. Have to work my way back down in front of Jamie McMurray there. Try to keep this car from getting damaged though is the main thing. I don't want to get any of the parts yellow because I know it's going to slow us up. Try and stay on the inside of Jeff Green. Oh boy, that was tight. Put Jeff Green in the wall a little bit. Junior was getting to our inside a little. That was very, very sketchy, but we're good. We're all clean. Still 17th so far. Junior's trying to get to my outside. Like, we're not super slow at all. Like, we are keeping up-ish, like, with these guys. Like, they are a little bit quicker than me, but I'm actually able to hold my own. But it's just if they get to my inside, they destroy me. So it's like I really just have to hold this bottom lane and not let them get the run on the exit under me. If they get it on my outside, I can kind of get it back in the corner a little bit, unless like Junior just absolutely tubs me, which that's a possibility. The very good possibility of happening to us. Yeah, he's flying by us in the straightaway. He just has so much more engine power than us. I'm super excited for my engine power research and development to be done after this race. That's going to be absolutely massive. And I need to see how long it's going to take to build a good engine That's the thing, because it's gonna be expensive or take a lot of races, and I think it's just gonna take a lot of races. Ooh, who blew their engine here? Is that Frank Kimmel? It sure is. And I almost got sent into Frank Kimmel by Terry Labonte there. That would have been some sabotage, like just bumping me, getting me sideways down into the car that's broken down there. And he started pretty far in the back too, so he's gonna finish dead last, which is good because I know I'm pretty tight with him in the points. I wanted to like destroy Shane Hall in this race and try and gain some points back on him because I know he started super deep. I saw him in like 40th or so on the starting grid. And if we could finish up here like we are, oh boy, it would be crazy. Oh, Bobby Hamilton blew his engine as well. That's 2 for the price of 1 already. And that really messed me up in turn 1, but luckily they weren't close enough behind me to take advantage of it. Now the thing is when we come to pit, I need to really hit my pit marker really well, and hopefully so can our pit crew. We're halfway on fuel right now. The thing is, I know they're gonna work on their cars and get them better after the pit stop. I have to do something to get it a little bit better, or we're just gonna start sinking like a ship after pit stops. We're actually pulling away from Terry. Tony got under him. We're starting to re-catch this fantasy driver as well. So we have some really good tire wear on this car right now. Like, we are starting to catch back up to people, running them back down. Tony Stewart is running us down though. But we like legit have speed. This is awesome. The leader is absolutely gone from everybody. I don't know who qualified pole. I think it was Jeff Gordon. He pulled away from everybody. I don't know what happened from second on back. Maybe there was a slow car that started in like the top 2, 3, and Gordon just pulled away from that. That's a very high possibility. It happens every now and then at these short tracks. Some weird people will start up front, but we are actually decently fast here, which is awesome. Like, you can see how spread out it's getting behind me in the mirror and all that, and on the track map. I feel like I'm a little faster than this fantasy driver now, and then Scott Wimmer also in front of him, and the guy in front of him. Like, these 3 down here, I feel like we're actually a little better than. Moving him up a little bit. He's going to try and pull back down to my inside. Not going to be able to happen. Did a little bit of rub and run. Pause. Never heard of that before. Trying to hold it down as much as we can. The tires are getting worn out though, which is really hurting me now. Like, once they said like your right front's getting worn, oh, I could feel it. This thing is really getting worn out. I might need to bring the wedge down just a little bit. That little tap to the right rear, no harm. Outbrake him into turn 1, try and stay in front of him. He goes down on the apron to try and stay under us. I just can't put the power down off turn 2 because it's so sharp. The stability kills me off of turn 2. We can pit whenever now is the thing. But I can't go too early, I can't go too late, I feel like. Yeah, our pace is blowing off. I don't know who off is, but they're pretty lucky. Oh, I got the apron, that got us tight, but we're getting back in front of Tony there. That was a huge move. Like, my braking into these corners is massive. Oh, these guys are pitting. I'm pitting. I did not mean that, but we're pitting. I kind of just like ended up down there with them after hitting his rear end, but hey, it might have actually paid off for us here because we actually have a pretty clean pit road. We're going to get into our stall no problem, and because they're just now starting to pit in front of us, so we're going to get into our stall no problem here, and hopefully we can have a clean stop. Not the fastest, not the slowest, 17.4, I will take that. That actually gets us out in front of the guys we pitted too because we slowed them up on pit road. Let's go, pit crew. We did phenomenal there, and I should have been a little bit quicker on entry too. Oh, we have a little bit of damage on the left front, which is a little unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. Hopefully that doesn't slow us down too much for this short track because it seems like that would affect us more at like Michigan and mile-and-a-halves. Not really these short tracks as much. We were right around these guys when we pitted, so I think we were ahead of Mark Martin too already. I think this guy in front of us, I think Bill Elliott is pitting here. He sure is. Try and hold off Mark Martin there. Back inside the top 30 already. More guys are on pit road. We're gonna gain some more spots. Dale Jarrett, I guess we were in front of him. That's wild. Like, we were having a really good day. Like, this is crazy. We got Casey Kane not that far ahead of us also. Oh, I got a little too wide. Mark Martin's gonna get under us. Well, might as well just let one. Oh, no. We were able to hold him off there a little bit. I was gonna say I can kind of let one guy by and drop behind him, but they kind of caught up a lot on the front stretch, so I actually was not able to drop in there. Mark Martin's actually slowing up for Kyle Petty on the exit of pit road here. That was a huge move in front of Scott Wimmer to drop back down, outbrake him into turn 3. That was awesome. Are we gonna get back to the top 20 here? Oh my goodness, we are, aren't we? We are back in 17th. Scott Wimmer just took my 16th, but we're in 17th after pit stops. Like, that's wild. The leader is right on my outside. I think Kevin Harvick is the leader. He sure is, because we did not lose a spot to him. I wonder if he still has to pit, though. I don't know. I really don't know if he still has to pit. He might, honestly. But we're 2 laps down now. I honestly think Kevin Harvick might have to pit still. We're losing the spot to Jamie McMurray. I definitely know he pitted. I saw that for sure. Try and block off Jarrett a little bit. Get back down for the fantasy driver. Not sure when or if Kevin Harvick does need to pit. We'll see. Jarrett's getting by us on the outside. I'm just not going to fight that on the outside very much. We're going to get by that guy for a spot probably. Unless he was already behind us. Maybe he was. But we have a lot of really fast cars that are hungry around us right now. This is crazy. Like, this is the most intense battle I've had all season because we're actually somewhat quick. We're not super quick. We just have enough speed to be able to run like a top 25. Like, this is multiple weeks now that we are gonna potentially finish top 25. Like, we got lucky at Bristol. We were super slow at Bristol, but we got a lucky caution and we were able to finish at 23rd. But legit at Richmond, we have speed. I just need to not let Junior and them to get under me. As I say that, he gets under me. All right, he's gonna go by. Not able to hold him off at all on the outside. Bobby Labonte, I'll be able to hold off a little bit here. He's not as fast as Junior. I need to not wash up like that. Here comes Kurt Busch. Bobby Labonte back to the outside, but I'd rather him just be on the outside than Kurt Busch gets my inside. Oh god, we almost went 3 wide there. I felt like I thought Kurt Busch was going to take Labonte on the middle there. Trying to outbrake these guys on entry. Used up Bobby Labonte a little bit there on the exit of 2. There goes Kevin Harvick into the pit, so he did need a pit still. And he was 2 laps ahead of us, so now we're 1 lap down from him. He's still going to be ahead of us, but it'll be interesting to see where he pans out in the race. Like, if he stayed out way too long, wasted too much time on old tires and stuff like that. Oh, don't wash up. All right, we're good. I braked enough to hold the bottom. I just want to try and hold a top 25 at this point. Like, I knew we would bleed off some spots after the pit stops, but man, we have done a phenomenal job. And Michael Waltrip there was 4th position on the exit of the pits. He's going to have really fresh tires, though, and he's not that far back, honestly. So we lost back to 20th once again to Bobby Labonte. It's like the 2nd time he's passed me, and I'm not able to use him up that time. Block off Steve Park. 10 laps to go here. Battling for our lives to try to stay in the top 20. Like, this is absolutely crazy. I'm trying to block both lanes like this is Daytona or something. Oh, Ricky Rudd nailed the inside wall. That's what you get for trying to dive bomb me, you idiot. He got super damaged, but he's fine, I guess. Like, he had a lot of speed there on entry to 3, and he tried to dive bomb like some of these guys do on the entry. Way under, don't hit the wall. Oh, we completely smacked the wall. That gives a lot of damage on the right side. I was hoping that the back half of this run we'd be able to take advantage of like the worn out tires again compared to other guys, which we still might a little bit, but it's not as much as the before as it was the first run because we're not as tight together in a whole pack anymore. I still have the pack behind me, but I got the leader in that pack as well. Not sure who the leader is. We'll have to see once they end up catching us. Michael Waltrip somewhere back in that pack also. Like a few car lengths on the bottom. Trying to see if we can hold these guys off, and with these tires starting to get worn out now, maybe start pulling away potentially if some of these guys pitted like right around when I did. Oh, Steve Park, are you gonna suffer the same fate? Oh, he almost did. But I just dive in way too hard there to try to block it, and they get under us. So Steve Park actually ends up getting around us like that. When they dive bomb me in turn 3, I need to just back off like my normal turn 3 instead of going in deeper, because that's when I would just wash up the corner and they just get right back under me and I mess it up. So that's what's killing me there. That's what happened with Ricky Rudd. Like, he didn't even get close to hitting me or anything, but I went in deeper to the corner to block his dive bomb, but he hit the inside wall. Steve Park didn't hit the inside wall. He was very close, but he almost did. He didn't dive it enough to do so. He may have a run on me, but I screwed up 3 and 4. Never mind. I don't have anything else to say. And then there's Michael Waltrip on those fresh tires. Dang it, we're already back to 25th, but we only got a couple laps left here. Oh boy. Can we hold off these guys for 25th? I'm not sure who the leader is back in that pack. It seems like it's like 3 to 5 cars back in there maybe. I don't know. Michael Waltrip's just on such fresher tires than us. It's crazy. I don't know if I'll be able to hold him off at all. So I really don't think I'll be able to. I think he'll just be able to tub us on the outside and get by. I might be able to try to use him up a little bit, like get him up towards the wall and stuff, and maybe some cars will get under him. Ooh, we're very low on fuel. Interesting. I did kind of pit like a lap or 2 earlier than I wanted to, so that did happen. Try and slow up Michael here on the entry 1. We got 2 laps left here, and leaders just took the white flag behind us. Try and hold it in front of Michael. We're good there. That corner. As long as Michael stays on the outside, I think we might be able to hold him off. So I think I can hold off Terry on the bottom. Fuel tank almost empty, but we're on the white flag. White flag here. And you guys saw a ton of the race. And I think you guys might have saw every single lap in this race, honestly. I don't think I chopped this one up at all pretty much because it was exciting from start to finish. Just make sure, back it up, don't get too wide, and we're able to hold on to a top 25 on legit speed at not a super speedway. Claps all around. I'm super happy about that. Jeff Gordon actually ends up getting the win. Damn, he is dominating this season right now. That was like by far a non-plate track. That was our best. That was like amazing. I'm super happy about that. Ran top 20 a ton of the race. Where did the guys ahead of me finish? Like Jarrett got up to 15th, Junior only up to 13th, and neither of them lead any laps. Gordon gets the win, leading 28, which is majority of them. He gets more bonus points. He is just pulling away with this lead. It is crazy. I kind of want to see in the back. Oh, Casey Kane finished ahead of us. Damn, look at him go. Top 10 for Casey Kane. That's pretty wild. Where did what's his name, Shane Hall, finish? 41st. So we gained a lot of points on him. That is awesome. Love to see that, because I wanted to try to get one back on him and gain a bunch of points. So hell yeah, get 25th. I'm super proud of that. We have just under $750,000. Now this is the interesting thing. We finished research and development for engine power. We have 2 of the tire grip, engine power, and tire wear. Downforce drafting. I don't think we'll be able to do downforce and drafting. Yeah, we can't do any of the ones in yellow. Oh, we can do another tire grip. Really? That cost $1 million though. Holy crap, that's expensive. Downforce honestly would probably be very useful. How much would that stuff cost? $600,000 in 12 races rather than 318. The season will be just the beginning of next season, honestly. Or we could do like engine and we could do it in 3 races. Like save up some money again and maybe do downforce after that. But engine efficiency, I feel like, is gonna be a pretty easy one. I could do it in 6 races actually, save some money while some research is getting done towards the end of the year, and then do a different one. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna do another one on the engine. So we still have $500,000 is the main thing. Like, I wanted to still have money to build an engine. It's gonna cost a lot. Oh boy, 3 races, 500,000. What's the power on this thing? This power is only 73. What? Oh, I guess that's really good because we were having 67 as our best. I'm gonna build one in 6 races. So we are gonna go down a lot on money there. And then what do we have? I wanted to repair this one, I think it was. Yeah, this was a good one for us. How much money do we have? We have 214. So do that in 4 races time. And then can we build another one? No, we don't have the money to build another one anyways right now. So get that going. We'll have a little bit of money left over right now. So we have a new research and development for engine efficiency, which is like the fuel mileage. We can go a little bit further on fuel and all that. And that will be very helpful because there's a couple races I'm getting tight on fuel and I would like to be able to go further if possible. And we're going on New Hampshire, which actually has been a pretty decent track for us as well. What engine do I want to use here? What are the next two races actually? Like I want to know. Like, am I missing anything? I have to back out so many things. Holy crap. New Hampshire, Dover, Kansas, Talladega. We got Talladega in 4 races. That's huge. Because I think one of the engines I'm getting repaired will be done by then, which is perfect. Yeah, 2 more races and engine will be repaired. Oh yeah, I needed to go re-sign a primary sponsorship too. My mind is all over the place. Average finish of 30th over 18 races. That's rough. Average of 25th. Average start of 25th. We actually start pretty well. Finish, no. Finished 30th. That's still rough. Finishing 40th. Finish 35th. See, finishing 35th. That sounds not not that hard. I think we need to just do 40th, not average finish, because that pays a little less. We finished 40th a decent bit, I feel like, but average finish 40th would be easier. But finishing in 40th, we'll get 40,000, I think, each one of those races. I'm just gonna go with Kmart on that, and then we'll have to re-sign these sponsors after that. But garage cars, modify. Engine wise, I think we'll just go with this engine. Should be fine, or this one, because it has better efficiency on it. Still at, which one do we have right now in? Do we have the 97% one? Actually, might as well keep that one in it. It'll be fine. Tire grip, yeah, might as well just keep this one in as well and just keep the same car for 3 races straight. The tire grip and everything's still really good on it. We're getting that one repaired. That will bring it up to like 73, 74 anyways. This one's at 70, 74. That's awesome. Very happy about that. So we're getting things rolling, starting to get some better parts over and over, and that engine power is going to be awesome once we get it. So super excited about that. Hopefully you guys are excited for the future because we're starting to get better and better. I think by the end of this year, we'll have some pretty decent parts and stuff, and then going into next season I feel like we can have a huge jump in where we're running at. And standings, did we catch Shane Hall? We caught Shane Hall and passed him. Let's go. I'm super happy about that. Happy about that. Not gonna catch Jerry Nadeau, and Gordon up front is dominating. He is now 227 ahead of Dale Jarrett and Dale Jr. That is crazy. He is dominating this season. There are just about 10 races left, so he's gonna have a massive downfall for the end of the season to lose that championship, but anything can happen. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Appreciate you guys for watching as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.